Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. So today we're going to be talking about the modern forehand. What are the characteristics of the modern forehand? All right, stay tuned. All right, so the way I was taught back in the day was continental grip, just like this, right? And it was, the first move was turn, so it was like this, right? Second move was step, and then third move was hit. So locked wrist all the way through and came through like this. But that was with a wooden racket. So that game was totally different. It was a lot slower of a game. Now Coach Gu is going to show you what it should look like today, or what it really looks like today. So Coach Andrew, what are the characteristics of the modern forehand?
So what Tennis Spin's forehand was, during his current generation, or his generation, his forehand was continental. So what I was taught was, if you drop the racket on the floor and then you pick it up, right, that is the semi-Western grip. When I got older, when I started playing a little more competitively, I decided to switch it around and go, basically, I would say, I don't know, I'm not very good with grips, but I went one bevel over, or would you say, to the left, and that's the modified semi-Western. A lot of people bashed on me. Yes, I forgot my grips. I'm not very good with grips, but this is the modified semi-Western that I use. So for me, I try to focus on working, the short compact swing. So the biggest thing is with this type of grip, you can prepare really early, and therefore when you're from your ready position, right, I can just turn right away, and my take back's already ready. So that's one. The take back is short. It's short and compact. The second thing is, my take back now is allowing me to drop my wrist naturally. So the wrist, instead before we used to see back in the days that it used to go like up and around, like creating this circle loop and hitting through. But nowadays with rackets and the technology of rackets, you don't really need to worry about the biggest loops around. A perfect example, Del Potro uses this big loop, but if you see Federer, for example, he doesn't really have a big loop like this. He actually goes from here and drops. And Andy Murray too, it goes from here and then drops. So for me, I like to have it out here. I'll relax my wrist to drop, and therefore when it comes around, it actually goes already low. So it goes low to high. So when I come low, I go in front and high up around. So therefore, the biggest thing in my opinion is the short take back. Afterwards is allowing the wrist to drop, and then contacting the ball in front of you.
So I hear a lot of people saying, pat the dog.
Yes.
What does that mean?
That means you start for the racket from being low. So when your wrist is already dropped, you start swinging from the low part of the racket, and then you go up and through. So when you make contact, right, that's where people create the natural toss spin. They start low, and then afterwards, when they're about to hit impact, it brushes up naturally. So therefore, when you're swinging up and through, the ball will leave, before it hits here, it will leave there, creating that natural spin all the way through.
Now, Coach Chris, since you're on tour, does everybody use this stroke?
For the most part, the people I've played against and I've seen, a lot of them are switching, if not already, they're playing with the modern forehand, so with the semi-Western grip, what Coach Gu said, starting with the racket kind of low to toes, and then finishing high to the skies. So very rarely though I'll see someone hitting with a full Western grip, kind of like the same grip that Nadal has. And the reason why that is quite where it's switched a lot to the semi-Western grip is because tennis has become a lot physical, and a lot of people are hitting with shape with their ball. So hitting it really deep, heavy, with a lot of spin. It is a lot more difficult to hit the ball back with the continental grip. But with the semi-western, it's a lot easier to take care of those high balls, high and heavy balls, to continue rallying yourself a chance to shot back in the point. So that's basically what I've encountered when I've been playing on the tour and what I've been seeing too as a lot.
All right, so we got a nice simple drill that we call the 3-cone drill. Now Coach Gu is going to explain it to you right now.
So we have those 3 cones set up on the other side of the net and on the other side of the court. And our goal is, so we can't feed it high, so we're gonna feed it low and creating that toss spin that's semi-western, or if you like to be like a little more extreme, modified semi-western, and create the patting the dog effect to brush from starting from low from the toes and high, and trying to aim for those 3 cones. Your goal is trying to hit all 3 of those cones. Look at that wrist.
I want to thank Coach Gu for hanging out with me today and showing us the way of the modern forehand. Coach, where can we find you?
You can find me at agu.tennis, and I'll also be posting that content there.
And I would like to also thank Coach Chris for showing us the way too. Where can we find you, Coach Chris?
At Christopher Chien, Chien.
All right. Thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.